One of the biggest bouts in boxing for years. Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol 2 for the undisputed light heavyweight title is just about upon us. And it's just brilliant how unflappable these guys are.
So, first of all, before the fight there was so much respect between you and Bivol. Has anything changed in terms of how the things turned out in the first fight and the complaints from his team about the judges?
No, I don't think about these things. I'm busy with my training, you know. I don't think about these things.
You know, I just need to be better than I was before. I'm always focusing to be perfect, and the perfection is not limited. You know, you can always be better, and I'm trying to be better than I was before, of course.
In the first bout, Beterbiev defended his WBC, IBF and WBO light heavyweight titles and claimed Bivol's WBA title with a contentious split decision victory to become the undisputed champion. It was the first time an opponent had taken Beterbiev, the undefeated Canadian-Russian, the distance. However, many felt that Bivol, the Russian-born and bred fighter, had earned the victory after landing more punches across the 12 rounds.
Do you feel that you still have something to prove, given that some people said the decision went wrong way the last time?
I don't mention about decision or not. I more focus for preparing good, you know, like 100%. I will try to be ready for 100%.
Of course, I wasn't happy that I didn't win first fight, but I accepted and I started thinking about my future. And on the next day I got the offer for rematch, and I was so happy, and I was focused on rematch because I have a chance to fix.
Beterbiev versus Bivol 2 will take place on February 22nd in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, at the top of a stacked card that also features Daniel Dubois taking on Joseph Parker in his second IBF heavyweight defense. But this will be all about the rematch. And Bivol has something special in mind. Not that Beterbiev seems to care.
First of all, I was thinking, and before the first fight, I was thinking about belts. But now I'm thinking more about revenge, of course.
Do you expect Dmitry that he's going to be more attacking this time than the previous fight?
We'll see. I don't know.
In other boxing news, Jake Paul put his foot squarely in his mouth, and he's trying to get it out as fast as he possibly can. Following the problem child's win over a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, Paul appeared on a live stream where he claimed Tyson took psychedelics to cure his Parkinson's disease in order to face Paul. Ayahuasca is really good for your brain as well, and same with Toad, Paul said. Toad cured Tyson's Parkinson's so that he could come back and fight. The insinuation that Paul would face Tyson when he had Parkinson's, the very same disease that afflicted the legend Muhammad Ali in later life, obviously went viral in a matter of hours. Tyson's camp have vehemently denied the suggestions, saying that he does not have Parkinson's or any other illness. That's despite having to postpone the fight due to stomach ulcers. Paul also had to refute his own claims, and he did it with perfect eloquence online. Bruh, Mike Tyson didn't have no Parkinson's. WTF? Why the f*** the internet so stupid for? I misspoke. Meant he used Toad to heal his pain. He has spoken about it many times, just like I do, just like many do. So who am stupid now? And the current lineal MMA heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou is eyeing off an imminent return to boxing, and he has an opponent in mind. The former long-time heavyweight champion, Deontay Wilder. I'm passionate about fighting Deontay Wilder because there's an 80% chance that somebody will go to sleep, said the Cameroonian. It will be one or the other. Following a falling out with the UFC, the hard-hitting Ngannou vacated the heavyweight title before the lineal boxing champion, Tyson Fury, agreed to face him in the squared circle. Ngannou almost scored a huge upset, dropping the Gypsy King to the canvas on his way to a narrow split decision loss. Buoyed by this performance, Ngannou then fought the former two-time unified champion Anthony Joshua in what many believed would be an eliminator fight for the title. But Joshua vaporized the MMA star with several brutal knockdowns. The 38-year-old Ngannou then went back to MMA, where he retained his lineal title by stopping the PFL heavyweight champion Renan Ferreira in less than a round. As for Wilder, the Bronze Bomber once held a record of 42-0-1 with 41 knockouts. His right hand was the most powerful weapon in boxing by orders of magnitude. Since first dropping the title to Fury, though, Wilder has fallen on hard times, having won just once in his last 5 outings. He's not the force he once was. But the last thing to go is a boxer's punch, and that's what makes Ngannou so interested in the fight. Deep inside me, there is a little bit of ego, like I know I hit harder. I'm saying from my experience that we will have that ego that we both want to prove, no, it's me who hits harder, admitted Ngannou. Even though you think you don't care about it, it sticks somewhere in your mind. And in championship results, Keyshawn Davis earned his first world title by knocking out fellow Olympic silver medalist Denis Berenchyk midway through the 4th round to capture the WBO lightweight title. Jared Cannonier reaffirmed his place as a middleweight contender at UFC Fight Night 251, earning a come-from-behind victory over Gregory Rodrigues with a 4th-round TKO. Despite the victory, Cannonier's role as the division's gatekeeper seems likely to continue. Cannonier faced early adversity as Rodrigues dropped him twice in round 1. But after a back-and-forth round 2, a bloodied Robocop was lucky to hear the final bell at the end of round 3, and he didn't make it 30 seconds into round 4. With the win, the 40-year-old Cannonier snapped a 2-fight losing streak, which means his number 7 ranking will remain intact. But what's next for the Killer Gorilla? I would like to fight a ranking higher than me. Unfortunately, all the people ranked higher than me are either in line for a title shot, or on the way for a title shot, or just beat me, said Cannonier. But I'm not going to rule anything out. With losses to Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker, Nassourdine Imavov, and Caio Borralho, who are all ranked higher than him, Cannonier can almost certainly rule out facing any of them anytime soon. However, Cannonier does hold a win over the current number 2, Sean Strickland, who just lost a title fight. A potential rematch with Strickland could be on the horizon, especially if Strickland thinks he can get revenge. Obviously, Fight Night 251's Fight of the Night honors went to Cannonier and Rodrigues. The 50k performance bonuses went to Edmund Shabazian and Gabriel Bonfim for their respective knockouts and submission stoppages. Meanwhile, Conor McGregor made waves outside the UFC at a bare-knuckle fighting championship press conference in Italy. Despite being under contract with the UFC and not competing since July of 2021, McGregor made it clear that he plans to fight with BKFC and win a title. For sure, if you think I'm up here giving these speeches and leading these men into battle and I won't step in there myself, think again, McGregor said. I'd like a world title in this company. I would wish to be the bare-knuckle world champion. To be more specific, he mentioned fighting the lightweight champion or the welterweight champion, but even he didn't seem to know who they were. McGregor, 36, has been sidelined since suffering a leg break against Dustin Poirier and was slated to face Michael Chandler last May before withdrawing due to a broken toe. His future in the UFC remains unclear, especially with ongoing legal issues, including a civil suit for sexual assault in Dublin and another lawsuit filed in Florida just this January. At the same conference, though, McGregor heavily insinuated that legendary heavyweight Fedor Emelianenko could be joining the promotion. Stay tuned. "We might have an announcement with Fedor Emelianenko," McGregor said. "Hey Fedor, we're waiting. Some news might be coming with Fedor Emelianenko." Well, he never competed in the UFC, and he retired after a loss in 2023 to then Bellator champion Ryan Bader. The Last Emperor is widely regarded as one of MMA's all-time greats. A move to the BKFC would be monumental, and whether Emelianenko, 48, is ready to compete again remains to be seen. But McGregor has a history of silencing the skeptics, so the fight world will be watching closely for what comes next.
Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.